Now we can sculpt them like
Hey boys.
Hello there.
This was a big mistake.
ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai Ultra Monster DX Mother Spheresaurus from Ultraman Decker, aka Ultraman Triple Decker with 3 different kinds of cheeses and a side of fries, please. But first, let's take a look at this tag, and this tag is kind of on the plain side. I understand the Ultra Monster DX line probably does everything differently for a specific reason, but I don't know, I was kind of really hoping to see a bigger picture of Mother Spheresaurus on the front of the tag, but no use crying over spilt milk. We've got stuff on the back, nothing on the inside, except for this number. And now we must sleeve Mommy Spheresaurus so she is protected at all costs. So, Mother Spheresaurus, the time is finally here to take a look at this feast for the eyes. With a bigger size and a bigger price tag than the standard Ultra Monster series figures, does this sadistic pincushion live up to the hype? Well, personally, I do think so. I know not everybody's a fan of this design. I've seen more than a few people up on Twitter and other places just saying that it looks kind of lame. And that's perfectly valid, perfectly fine, but me personally, I love this. I love it so much that I actually started watching Ultraman Decker because of this. And because it's about time that I finally caught up with Decker. Well, started it, at least. Anyway, paint and detail. You know me, I'm simple-minded. I like my shiny, gratuitous paint, and Mother Spheresaurus has quite a bit of it. The very tips of Mother Spheresaurus's shoulder crystal spike mountain things are going to be metallic silver on both sides, no matter inside or out, and her crown of metallic lost pin cushions is going to be a metallic light blue, and this looks awesome. Metallic paint on vinyl figures is a lot like peanut butter and jelly. They just work together. And of course, we're going to get a deeper metallic blue for both the eyes and the teeth. Simply lovely. Moving down to the chest sphere over here, we're going to get more metallic silver and more of that metallic baby blue for the centerpiece. That is just awesome. Could you imagine if this thing had titties? My eyes hurt already. Pulling away from this chesticle crater over here, you can see on the claws we're going to get more of that deep metallic blue. And it do be looking really, really nice. And I do mean really, really friggin' nice. Down into the thighs, we're going to get this chalkier, not metallic baby blue for the innards over here. And it looks cool. I think it would have looked cooler with metallic paint there, but hey, Bandai, do what you gotta do. And then moving down to the Spheresaurus feet, these spiked and hooked toes over here are going to have that deep metallic blue, and a whole bunch of Dead Space remake over here. No, that is not it, because there is paint on the bottom portions of all the crystals over here. Yes, of course, it'll be on both sides, and that just looks amazing. You'll see some of that color kind of poking through on the sides of the crystals over here. It really does make me wish that they were painted on the top sides too, but I guess just the fact that we got it over here is a blessing in and of itself. Not too much paint going on the back of the figure until we get to the tails. This twin-tailed poking hazard will have paint on the tops of her tails, but only on the top. Not so much going on the side over here, nor on the bottom, although the bottoms of the tails do look painted. You see that? It's kind of glittery. Oh wait, or the inside of the thighs. Did I miss something? Anyway, the tips of the tails will not have any paint on either side, and that is perfectly fine. Not at all bummed out by this. So as far as paint goes, I'm going to give this lovely gal a solid star. Now let's fully lose ourselves in the details. Honestly, man, I don't even know where to start. Seriously, this thing has more detail on it than my arrest record. Over here, over there, over yonder. Even on her neck, her whole neck looks like a damn mouth. And it's not just on the front either. Look at that. My God. I don't mean to be a parrot, but seriously, metallic paint on vinyl figures. This is supreme. I'm really just amazed at how much was crammed into this thing. I know we always say Bandai are the master of details, and this is very much true when looking at this figure, but damn, every time they release something big and crazy looking like this, it's just hard not to be impressed. Be it the outlines of these crystallized spike thingies, be it all the lines on the top of the tail, be it all the spikes and rolls on the friggin' legs. Oh my God. It's always just wow. And this is just extra wow. Mother Spheresaurus has a Mother Sphere pecker. And as I always say, the detail is going to follow through pretty much everywhere you can look. One area that really caught me off guard is actually going to be in the arms. Look at all of that. Between the palms of the hands, the spikes on the bottoms of the forearms, the very tubular looking biceps over here. You flip these arms down and you take a look in there. Gotta bend some vinyl here and angle everything out correctly, but look at that. There's going to be detail under these shoulder pads, and the very tops of her shoulders are going to have spikes on them. Even the friggin' biceps. Even over here, under all of that. Look at it. Look at it! This figure's just top to bottom stacked. I didn't even notice that they sculpted nostrils for her. Goddamn. Just to make sure this video doesn't go over 15 or 20 minutes of me just talking about detail, I'll just sum it up like so. There's lots of it. It's positively everywhere, and I do so mean everywhere. In some areas, it is going to be outfitted with metallic paint. Other areas, not so much. But overall, Mother Spheresaurus is going to get a solid star in terms of detail as well. This is just an unbeatable mound of vinyl metallic paint and spiky stuff. Do be careful though, because just poking my forehead with this, it actually hurt a little bit. But anyway, time to move on to articulation. Mother Brittany Spheresaurus over here isn't going to have a lot of articulation. Since she's got so much going on about her and around her, I really wasn't expecting too much, but what we do get is serviceable. Up and down this far at the arms. Arms, 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 arms. With both of the arms raised as high as they can go, you can kick up pretty dang far with Mother Spheresaurus. On both sides, don't you know? So now she can sit. Both legs will be able to kick back pretty far, and I really don't want to make an attempt at a full rotation, but I guess I just need to prove that it is indeed possible, and okay, there you go. It's possible. I'll give articulation a solid star. Again, I really wasn't expecting too much in terms of articulation with this thing. I can sing to the moon and back of everything on this thing that I wish was articulated, but I'm not going to. Size comparisons. A hulking mass of vinyl, and the thing looks and operates beautifully. Whether you like Mother Spheresaurus or not, you can't deny that for a vinyl figure, this is really good looking. I know I said that like vinyl figures often look terrible, I mean they don't, but when it comes to an Ultra Monster series figure, I'm really never expecting too much, and this one goes beyond that. Hence the DX in its name, bigger size, lot more everything. And while I haven't watched Ultraman Decker and really don't know the major context to this thing beyond what I've researched, I can honestly say I really do like this design. And it kind of makes me want to pick up the Spheresaurus figure just because I want to have both of them in the collection whenever that thing goes back into stock. Is it back into stock yet? Lord help me if SH Figuarts ever make a figure of this, because that is going to be a tough figure to say no to. And before I end everything off, I just wanted to go over one more thing with this figure. I'm sure you've seen throughout the video that this thing's got a bit of a slant going on here. This vinyl is very light, very squishy. I mean, look, I can easily do that without much force behind it, and when it comes to moving the legs, I mean, I can move the legs out and all that other kind of stuff fairly easily, and I imagine that's more than likely due to its very small waist over here, but since this figure is so top heavy, you know, you can do this, you can do that, like, it's very malleable. So when you get this in, I'm not saying it's going to happen with your copy either, just expect maybe some warpage on the figure. I mean, overall, I don't care. Look at it, it's beautiful. I love it. Just, you know, expect it. Even with the presence of some body warpage, I'm still gonna give this gal 3 solid stars. Would I say this is still one of the most hyped vinyl releases of the year? Yes, I would actually. I barely even watched the show that this monster is from, and as soon as I saw it, I kind of needed it, and I'm very happy I got it. But that's enough of Mother Spheresaurus. Thank you all so much for joining me for what's quite possibly, I think, the final video of 2022. It's been a great year for this channel once again, and I got all of y'all to thank for it. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to my regulars who are always showing up at premieres. I really do appreciate it. Even if it's not Godzilla related, I especially appreciate that. All we can do now is look on to the very hopeful 2023, and Pray for my fucking bank account and wallet stability, because within the first 3 months of it, we're getting a lot of Movie Monster series figures, apparently. Have yourselves a very merry and happy and safe New Year's, please. And when next we meet, I'm going to be discussing my top 10 favorite figures of 2022.
Forget what I said, forget what I said, forget what I said, forget what I said.
See you all then. Peace.